Morning. It's Monday the 24th of March, 9:37, and this £8.8 interrupted my breakfast and tea. Right hand rod picked up, done a run, cut across the middle rod, got me all tangled, and got to reboil the kettle again. It's a cute little one, and just show you the other side quickly. It's only small, but you know, they're all welcome, all part of the story. There you go. Alright, I'll get him back, get me tea going, and fill you in. Alright, see you in a minute. Not long after I put that fish back, put the kettle back on, turned my back, lit the kettle, off went the same rod again. Hooked into it, played it for a little while, hook pull. There you go. So far I've had 3. I had 2 in the night, small ones, about £4 each. And just a few knocks on the other rods, but nothing else. Hang on, Jack's here. Jack, no. No. Come on, your owner's waiting for you. No, Jack, come on, see ya. Jack, off. If you could see Jack, Jack looks like Chewbacca. Hang on, I'll show you. Jack, no. No. Come on. Off. Good boy. There you go. Owner's called him. Where was I? That's it, I was down there when I looked. Yeah, so basically, what have I been doing? It's now Monday. Came down last night. Or yesterday, got down here about 3:30, about 3:30. For 5 days I've been coming down pre-baiting the 3 spots. Just putting in the mix, ballicam, crushed maize, fish pellet, bread. And I'm putting some extra sweet corn in the actual mix. But not in a mix that goes on the PVA, because you sometimes thread it through and it gets caught in your line. Anyway, so I've been coming down, and so throughout those 5 days of pre-baiting, the first day started off with loads and then gradually reduced the amount, so that obviously when I came down I wouldn't have to put so much in to actually to fish, even though I pinpointed to certain areas. So when I came down yesterday, I just put a bag on, didn't put anything out to start, cast out, and sure enough, all 3 rods had some pickups and a couple of aborted takes. So just as night fell, put bait in, and off I went. So this morning, obviously reeled in the usual, bring the baits in, recast, and sure enough, some takes. The middle rod, which has been the real action rod over the past couple of sessions, has been really quiet really, although fish have been showing in that area. It's just slowed down. Seems to be the action's underneath the tree this time. Although the left hand rod did have the first aborted take yesterday. Clouds clearing now. Blue skies breaking through. It's a pretty cool day, or mild day. It's about what now? It's about 15 degrees, which is quite nice. More dogs. I'm going to break for a minute. Hang on. Alright, back again. So like I said, I've came down on the five days ago and been pre-baiting. And one of the things that I did do when I pre-baited is I actually went on the other side of the bank, and I actually went the other side of the bank to check out the swim, which is just over there. So from up there I could look down, and what I did see, because the water is low, is that snag that the fish have been running to and actually getting away. And if I can try and put this into perspective, so just about there, which is in front of that tree, and about say there, is a submerged snag. Now if you can picture it, it looks like it's a fallen tree, and then there's a branch that sticks out at an angle. Now the depth in that area goes from around about 3 to 5 to about 12, so it's a fallen tree that has actually sunk, obviously because it's submerged. But if you can just see that bank there, I'll have to go around and actually zoom in, but that is actually a deep recess. Now if you can imagine, if a tree was on the edge there and had fallen, and then all its roots and it had fallen right in, that would kind of make sense as to why that deep recess at a slope is like that. Could be wrong, it's a guess, but there is definitely a deep snag there that is, you can just see it below the surface. Obviously it's murky water, but you can just see the branch that sticks up. So what that's led me to do is to drop short by, blimey, about, hazard a guess, by about 10 yards. Now I'll try and, it's really difficult because it just doesn't look like anything like that. Oh my word. A huge fish just came up right downstream. Oh, and another one. Oh mate, hang on. You can just see by that snag. Just see the after effects. Let's see if he comes up again. was two of them that just crashed out. It's not like I can actually pack up and go down there, because that is also a very, very steep bank down there. It's all along this side is really unfishable. Let's just leave it for a second, leave it roll. No, nothing. Alright. You watch, I'll move it back and he'll... where was I? There you go, you can just see that recess. A lot of earth has sort of cut away, possibly. The snag is just under that tree, or just in front of that tree. I've dropped short. My yardstick is just there. You can just see the white pop up that's still in the tree from when I got caught when I flicked that zig rig out from episode 1. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit and try and put this all into perspective for you. Now, oh sorry. Alright, so this first branch and then that one where the zig is, there's a gap, and that gap is around about 15 yards. It looks close, but it's not. Then you've got the tree where the pop-up is, and then where the snag is, and where I was getting snagged up last week. That's about 20 yards, maybe more. So there's big gaps between them. So what I'm actually doing, and where I was actually feeding or pre-baiting, was just in front of the tree where the white pop-up is, which is still in the tree. I can see it. It's just there. Anyway, so what I've done is, that's where I can believe I can safely land without clipping the tree, as close to the margin or the shallow bit as possible, and then further away from the snag that allows me to fish locked up, and obviously hook a fish. So the objective is, I've been pre-baiting that spot for 5 days with a couple of drops near the snag, just to draw them away into the main feeding area that I'm trying to get them into. That's my tactics. Left hand side, I'll just spin round. Left hand side, basically there's 2 trees there. That's been my yardstick. I've been walking around there, and then basically my pre-baiting was in between those 2 trees, and in this bit of water here, pre-baiting. That's what I've been doing for 5 days. And then I'll spin around here, and then I'll zoom out, and then in that hole underneath that tree, pre-baiting. One thing that happened last night was, and I'll just try and spin this round, I'll zoom out and try and spin this round. One thing happened last night, and that was, where are we, perspective, there we are. A God Almighty crash took place, and I was awake. It was half moon last night, and I guesstimate that it was in this section here, just about there, because I was sat up looking at the rods, and then bang, a fish just came up. It was dark over there, even though the moon came up. Light hadn't quite filtered onto that side. So what I did was reeled in the right hand rod from underneath the tree, cast out, had a guess, just a small bag, and that's where I had the 2 small fish. Obviously the two small fish wasn't the big fish that crashed out, but it was worth a go. Anyway, opportunism paid off, but not a whacker. Alright, back to it. That's what I'm doing today. Just to put into perspective how high the banks are, this woman is walking right along the path, right next to the river. And then on the other side, you can see how high it is over there. Just zoom out a little bit so you can see the water and where they are. So I might be able to just zoom in a little, give you a better perspective. There you go, there's someone walking towards the bikes. There you go. That's how high it is. You can walk down to certain spots. Obviously the leaning tree swims over there, but even getting down to that's a treacherous nightmare. That's a mountain bike trail there. Ride it at your peril. Morning. It's Tuesday the 25th of March, but it's Tuesday anyway. It's been an eventful night. Been hampered by little ones, don't get me wrong, all welcome. Had about 6 of them last night, couldn't get any sleep. I'll tell you the story in a minute. And then at 6:15 this morning, this one came to visit. 16.9. Good scrap on the left-hand rod. Gorgeous fish. Let's just show you the other side. Here we go. There she is. 16.9, another lovely belly. There she is. And then I've had, as I said, 6 of these on the right hand rod. 6 of them, just different positions, just plotting it there, plotting it there, plotting it there, plotting it there, trying to get some sleep basically. And every time it went off in a different position with one of these. Alright, I'll tell you the rest of the story in a minute. I'll get these back. It's what, yeah, 9 out, 9, it's about, I'll be knocking off about 12. So, rebaited the other 3 rods, so I'll come back and tell you in a minute. Okay, here's my rig that's been doing the damage, and basically I've just altered it this week. I've gone a size 6 and I've just bitten off the top of the Brazil just to release the oils and some flavours. It has been soaked in paprika for a couple of weeks. Small bag on a 8-inch hook link, KD rig style. That's it. That's letting me hit the mark and present it to them nicely. All right. It's 11 o'clock. I've got an hour to go, and I'm all packed up. It's just the rods and the net and me wasteling and stuff that's drying. That's last to pack, and then I'm out of here. So what's that? That's 8, 9 fish. Not bad really. What can I say really? Oh my god, look at that red light flashing. Battery's about to die. Oh mate, I'm kind of holding off getting a new battery because I'm going to upgrade the camera, so I don't want to spend any more money on it. And look, it's flashing. Well, what can I say? I've got an hour to go. I'll kill it now because if anything happens, I'll have a little bit just to capture the capture in an hour. So look, let's see what happens. Oh no. See you shortly, hopefully, or not.